Good morning. I'm Brian Downs. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning on June 11th, 2025, coming to you from Orlando, Florida. Let's talk about the four powers. 4 years ago, there were four powers in the world, and this state of affairs had maintained for decades. The four powers were the Western Alliance, dominated and led by the United States. The alliance that won World War I, World War II, the Cold War. The alliance that has the best ideas, the most prosperity, the best record on human rights. The alliance founded on the principles and the values of the Constitution of the United States of America. Ideas like freedom of speech, freedom of movement, individual liberties. Following after that came the Russians. Russia, for centuries, has been an absolute hotbed of corruption, of self-serving kleptocrats, from the czars to the Soviets to the Russian gangsters now personified by Vladimir Putin. A police state, a surveillance state, designed to enrich the few while destroying the many. Following behind the Russians come the Chinese, an Orwellian nightmare who sell the kidneys out of their political dissidents, and in recent years have been a cult of personality focused around their leader. In a distant fourth place is the medievalist nightmare of the Islamist fanatics, the extremists who deal only in genocide, who believe that anyone who does not subscribe to their version of Islam should be murdered or enslaved. It is the duty of the United States and the Western Alliance to lead our species into the future. And we were making a good try at it. When Vladimir Putin's Russia invaded Ukraine, things changed. It turned out that the Russian power was a fiction. The Russians have had their brains smashed out in Ukraine. Their economy is now a fiction, teetering on the edge of a total collapse. Their demographics are a disaster. They have little future as a nation. They have suffered 1 million killed and wounded in Ukraine to achieve nothing except a pariah status among nations and the defanging of their military machine, which, as it turns out, wasn't anywhere near as formidable as anyone had thought. And so the Russians are no longer a power. We have this moment to lead the world into the future, into a singularity, into a post-scarcity economy, into a world of abundance. Then we re-elected Donald Trump. This is a failure of American leadership, that we would return this clown, this fool, this incompetent, this lifelong fraud, this many times convicted felon to the Oval Office. How did that happen? How it happened is that about 8 million Americans who voted for Joe Biden in 2020 failed to vote for anyone in 2024. This is bitter medicine. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Donald Trump's second term is a failure of the American left. We stand at a moment in history when the future could be liberty and prosperity, or it could be unending nightmare, kleptocracy and surveillance and totalitarianism. We see Trump reaching out for powers that are not his, against the judiciary, against the universities, Harvard in particular, against the state of California and the city of LA, where he has illegally deployed Marines. To do what? Against whom? To handle people who are banging on drums and waving signs? We have a vital opportunity here to seize the future by dragging Donald Trump out of the Oval Office for his numberless crimes. Let us take it.